going to work. It's kind of weird, kind of fucking me up, but who the fuck knows?
I thought it was gonna have like some good implication after the first bit, but no, like not eating till 1 and then barely eating after. Nice. Yeah.
Okay, let's fucking go.
All right, so just start whenever, yeah.
So yeah, let's fucking go. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a little bit chit chat first. What was the plan?
Yeah. Just a little bit of breakdown of what we've been what we've been doing. Keep forgetting to look into the phone, not the laptop. So we'll see if that keeps going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll be like, can I get some eye contact? I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
All right, hello and welcome to MMA Meta Game. I'm one half of your comedy duo partnership of Darius Laporte. Actually, no, I'm introducing him. Introduce yourself, mate.
Oh, okay, yeah. I am Darius Laporte. I'm a man with glasses and a beard.
Nice. And I've had a week of a little MMA card, a little bit of family partying, seeing some family, bit of drama, bit of drinking. Now I'm back involved here with you guys to discuss some fights.
All right, and what we got going on today, we'll give you a little rundown of what the schedule is. We're going to be doing some chat. Charlie's disappeared. We're going to do some chat, and we'll do some chit chat about the news and what the fuck's been going on and all that kind of random stuff, whatever we want to chat about. And we're going to do last weekend's fights.
And catch up. We're going to catch up on a couple of the big fights that we missed last week that we want to get back to and watch live with you guys. I don't know if you'd call Tim Means versus Nicholas Dalby a big fight, but
I would.
Tim Means is a big fighter in our eyes, and he deserves a little bit of homage. So we're going to pay him a little bit of homage.
Too right, mate. The Dirty Bird put some skills in, and Charlie missed it, so we're going to get that involved. We're going to get that shit involved.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good shades.
But other than that, yeah, it was another crazy fight night card that delivered as per usual. These smaller cards tend to do a lot better. I'm a bit worried about UFC 264 for that reason. Looks a bit too good. Never a good sign in UFC terms.
I can see that. I mean, we've got some banging fights, but I mean, they look like they should be banging fights. Like the boys on it are going to be killers. I mean, we're going to talk about that properly next week, later on this week. Sorry, but there are quite a few names on that one. Quite a few wild people as well. I'm just going to rattle off a few names on there that we can mildly get gassed about. We got Omari Akhmedov. Formerly known as Amir Khani. For anyone who doesn't know, I often get those two boys mixed up because they're so similar as fighters, looks-wise, weight class-wise, very similar. We got Jessica I. Charlie's one of Charlie's favorite fighters. Although actually, mate, we got a fucking bang, like probably my favorite fight on the card. Just saying, Tapura versus Ryan Hall.
That's that is an amazing fight. That is an amazing fight. I mean, stylistically, they couldn't have picked many other people that aren't ranked as hard of a challenge as Tapura for Ryan Hall. So that is that's a young. I feel like Ryan Hall, despite his amazing skill set and his amazing abilities and what he's shown in the ring, he hasn't managed to be in there with enough quality opposition to truly know his level yet. And I think a guy like Tapura is going to definitely let us know a lot more than we've been able to find out recently.
Too right. And it's going to be interesting to see someone who actually is confident with their jits try and maybe go down there. I mean, we'll see if he wants to keep on the feet. But I mean, if he gets nothing off on the feet, he's going to have to go down there at some point, isn't he? So
yeah. Also someone who's not a headhunter. Tapura goes to the body a lot, and with Ryan Hall's defense and the way that he hits, he's so hard to hit in the face. So I just think that's a very, very, very interesting stylistic matchup.
Question is really like, will flopping on the ground defend you against body shots?
Yeah, that is the question. And will someone, like, it's pretty crazy that, it's hard to, the way Ryan Hall fights, it's very hard to win rounds. Like, he's a very good finisher and he frustrates people, but I have seen him go to decision with people like Lobov. people like Gray Maynard for reasons that he just flops so much that, you know, he's not actively going for the finish for at least half of the fight. So, you know, against these guys that have a little bit more ground control, how conducive is it to actually getting wins in the top 50 in his style?
I mean, literally, no one's been able to get damage off on him, have they?
No. But in certain fights, he doesn't get a lot of damage off other people. He strokes with the toes. We talk about this a lot. You know, people throw a lot of arm punches, but he throws a lot of toe kicks, which is just a lot of, you know, like there's very little on these kicks, but they look very nice and they're landing from very awkward angles.
You know, they're tagging people, so you got to count it as like he hit him and he didn't get hit, so he's gonna win.
Yeah, 100%. And Darren Elkins was walking into toes and almost knocking himself unconscious on toes. So
yeah, but that was fully on Elkins' part. I'm not giving Ryan any credit for not almost knocking him out. But that's just Elkins' style, though, isn't it? He's not going to be in a fight if he's not almost getting himself knocked out. Like, it's just not the way he plays.
Yeah, exactly. The brain damage makes him stronger.
I mean, it's got a detrimental effect on his life later on down the line, but during fights, he loves it.
Oh man, so I want to search his name up because I know I'm going to butcher his name. But Kennedy Nishikawa. Oh no, that sounds Japanese. I always make my boy sound Japanese. I'm talking about the light heavyweight dude last week on the card that had the strange stoppage decision against the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Who again I can't. His name's Kennedy.
Kennedy Ngannou.
Kennedy Nishikawa. Try and say it to me. Have you got the name up there?
Yeah. Right. I'm going to send it to you, and we'll see who gets it. I'll tell you what I think about it.
I've been trying to say it in my own head, and I can't do it. So I know I'm not going to be able to get it live. But
Kennedy Nzechukwu.
Yeah. But anyway, I call him George Forman. He reminds me of George Forman with just his lumbering size for the division, his natural power, his just ability to take shots and give shots. And I love the fact that despite the decision being, the finish being very contentious, I like the fact that it wasn't working for him. He was lunging in a bit too much with his right hand, pitting a bit too much on his shots for the first 2 rounds. My boy was able to get underneath him, grapple. And then his corner literally said to him in the 3rd round, you need to take everything off your shots. Don't think about power, just pop. And he started just throwing quick punches and he was smacking his head about because he's got so much natural power. He doesn't need to load up with shots to hurt people. And I like the fact that he was down in a fight, listened to his corner, and then got the finish, despite how contentious the finish was.
Definitely. I mean, he looked great. Like that, just he just threw combos, so the boy wasn't able to get underneath it. Like threw uppercuts, hooks, everything. He was just throwing like a million shots at him, and he was getting dinked. I mean, the guy was knackered as well, so he was just getting dinked all over the shop and really hated it. Like you said, definitely natural power, quite clear.
And you don't usually see guys with large reach advantages throwing punches and bunches like Kennedy does, like in MMA especially.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're George Forman.
Exactly. Known for his MMA days.
Exactly. He loves the jits. He loves it. I mean, can you imagine him trying to like grab your arm and just like some freaky grip strength George Forman would have had? Sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's crazy to think how some of the greatest fighters in history, if they'd trained MMA their whole life, what it would have been like. Because you know what I mean.
So 1 second, mate. I got parcels.
What's your name?
Darius. Thanks, bro. COVID life. That's what we do.
Nice.
That's the crux of hanging out in a garage, mate. People think you're just open and ready for business.
There's what are some of the other
what's some strange fights last weekend, to be honest with you? Like
usually I'm able to we're setting up a different camera scenario today where I'm looking through the camera on my phone, and usually I'm able to get my notes up on the phone, but then that'd be losing sight of you guys. So I guess it's no note Charlie for me.
Try and use a computer maybe if you got like one-handed skills.
Right. Well, I was trying to think of the most impressive of the night was clearly Rachmanov though, wasn't it, versus Perez. Rachmanov with his punch perfect, wrestle perfect performance against Perez and getting the finish in the 2nd round. I mean, if anyone needed an introduction to being, you know, the hottest prospect in the UFC, I think that was definitely his audition tape, because yeah, that was wildly impressive.
Mate, finish the guy who's never been finished either.
Never been finished in 29 fights, exactly, and made it look easy. He was never in any sort of trouble.
Mate, it was picture perfect. Like every shot was accurate. It was like well chosen. I mean, even the ground a pound, every single shot was like dinked on the chin. Just like he wasn't throwing like a million shots. He was just like ready and waiting. The shot wasn't there. He didn't throw it. Like even the first round when he just kind of like played the game really defensive, ate a couple of leg kicks, but then like still kept the big posture and was ready for the takedown, which he knew was coming. Mate,
yeah, and then instantly countered the takedown as well with his own takedown.
Yeah, Jesus, I remember that shit. Like, got some top control, didn't he?
Yeah, with the lateral drop and then just against the cage. It was very impressive. I mean, like he, against a short guy like Perez, you can either use your reach advantage or it can be a detriment. And he looked like he, was in full control of the fight. Like he didn't need that reach advantage to win the fight, but the fact that he had that reach advantage meant that he was in pretty much no trouble the whole fight. It was very impressive. He's a big guy for the weight class, looks extremely skilled, and I think he's known more for his grappling, and he looks very, very fundamentally solid on the feet. So I mean, he's definitely a massive prospect in that division.
Yeah, I mean, like as soon as I saw that fight, I was gassed to see him against Usman. Because to be honest with you, like I would, if I was even now, I'd back him against fight Usman. Like genuinely, I think it's a big jump, big old jump, but like I think he's capable and comfortable enough in the fight to actually give him a good fucking go. Do you know what I mean?
I think I'd feel comfortable saying that he'd go in there against Usman and be more competitive than other guys, maybe that are higher ranked than him. But I don't think at this stage I could ever pick him to beat Usman. But yeah.
Yeah, mate. I'm an underdog, mate. I'm all about the underdogs. And I just fucking hate the champs.
With no experience, looking a bit good.
Any sort of champs. Apart from Ngannou and Figueroa, I hate all champs. Bro. Trying to think of any other champs I actually like.
Shevchenko.
Chev can do it. I mean, Rose, I do like, but I prefer as the underdog to be honest. Even though as soon as he's champ, I'm like, fuck it, who gives a shit now?
Who?
As soon as he's champ, it's like, who gives a shit? Oh, mate, I just been picking up on this. The Andre Philly fight. Do you fucking remember that shit?
That was great. I mean, that was just a sad ending. I mean, that was the best Philly's looked, especially with his. He's had really good performances where he's mixed up his wrestling and his takedowns. He's looked really fluid. But I think that was the best I've seen him look kickboxing wise in a long time. His kicks were just very sharp in that fight. He looked very good. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate thingy. But you see you sent me, didn't you? You saw the reaction between the two of them. He was a class act about it.
Yeah, both the boys were class about it. Like he apologized, and the other guy was just like admitted the fact that he was getting beaten the fuck up, and he was like, "Want to run it back if you want to?" And Philly was like, "Yes, let's do it." And I think that'll be a bit of a different fight in the future. Like I think probably I can imagine Pineda going for more wrestling shit when he sees kicks coming, like being more instant. I mean, I think now he knows what's coming at him is going to be
yeah. I think it'll definitely be a whole different fight. The second fight for sure. Yeah, I mean, and the fact that I always think it's very good in a fighter's head when they can admit that they were losing in the fight, because at least then it allows them to make the stylistic changes they need to win the fight. Whilst when you're a guy like Martin Vettori and you think you've won that fight at the end of 5 rounds against Izzy, you have to wonder how much brain is in the skull. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean the ogre, bless him, really didn't do himself justice.
I do love it. His wild belief. He's got wild belief. You'll see what I mean. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Vettori work his way back up to a title shot in the next few years, because I think he's just got very, he's extremely tough, and the amount that he's improved over the last 4 years, I don't think it would be unreasonable to say that he'll improve again as a young fighter over the next 3 years again. So I think he'll get back there, but I think it's a hard one for him because he's a really, really well-rounded fighter, but he's not outstanding in any realm. And when you're a champion, it's very hard to be it's very hard to be a champion and not be outstanding in any realm. Have one realm where you can just completely dominate him.
Totally. I mean, it was a bit strange on that one, especially because he just kind of like didn't throw any hands at all. Really didn't like this. The success he had in the first one was pressuring up to the fence and then throwing hands, maybe level changing a little bit, but mainly was the what's it called? Was chucking hands at Izzy when he was against Cage and trying to like circle out and shit like that. But he just didn't really do any of that. Just
I think he was kind of a victim of his own success, because he got a takedown so easily the first time that he was then quite dogged on trying to get the takedown when he could have been looking for more striking opportunities. I also think he just didn't. It was his kicking that, for me, I feel like the hand speed and length. It was just very hard for him to get off stuff. I think he could have thrown more punches in numbers, but he was getting countered quite badly when he was trying to throw more than 2 or 3 punches. I'd have liked to have seen him kick more at the end of his combinations, and stifle a bit more variety, because he was coming with just like we talk about in MMA a lot, when fights it's very hard for someone to win when they're mainly just punching to the head. It's very hard to win an MMA fight if you're just punching to the head.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like he maybe also took a little page from Jan's book, where he saw like the wrestling and he thought that was what changed, that was what clinched the fight for him, that was what won him the fight. I think he was just Izzy's easy to hold down, he's easy to take, like once you take him down, he's easy to hold down. And I just think that's a different weight class. Do you know what I mean? Like, Jan's a big old boy. I think there's a bit of a difference there,
Yeah, definitely. And I think Izzy, Izzy after having that Jan fight, he's a meticulous guy. He's going to be going back. I'm sure he's been practicing a lot of jiu-jitsu, and I think it showed in this fight. He was a lot harder to control on the ground. I know it's a different fighter, but Vittori's got very good top game. He just broke a record by holding Kevin Holland down for 19 minutes. So a lot of that's on Kevin Holland.
I was gonna say.
But he's still not nobody else has done that to Kevin Holland, as much as other people have done similar things to Kevin Holland. No one's holding down for 19 minutes of a 25-minute fight.
Yeah.
So
have you seen that video of Kevin Holland wrestling with DC, talking about him wrestling with kids?
Yeah,
you seen that one?
Him getting fucked up by kids. Yeah.
Well, the start of the video is like, it's like, yeah, I'm just here, teaching these kids how to wrestle, showing them some moves and stuff like that. And then it's just like clips of him just getting fucked up. So easy to take it down like 16-year-olds.
It's fucked up though. Imagine DC went out there and fucking went and sparred with like Thai kids that were like 16. I'm sure he'd be getting beaten up the same way. You know what I mean?
You're wrong.
It's different sort of things, isn't it? But yeah, it's good to see Kevin at least trying. But yeah, not that surprising that those collegiate wrestlers can have their way with him. He's just got no hips, has he? He needs to develop that.
Exactly. It's just floppy string bean, like terrible. Right. Let's chat about some of the shit we actually were planned to talk about.
Nice.
Oh wow, okay.
I apologize, bro. My half of my rundown was on my phone, so it's been a.
Sorry. Right. If you need to check it out, or maybe even send yourself a message on Facebook with the rundown. Yeah, so we got to talk about the Thiago Alvez fight. Hector Lombard. So both Thiago Alvez and Hector Lombard now, I think, are world champions in BKFC, and they both won their fights recently, which is pretty nuts.
Which is outrageous, really, isn't it? The more you think about it.
I mean, how is Lobov not a champion? That's champion in my eyes, but
I think it's crazy that like at the start of about a year and a half ago, when Lobov was planning on fighting Paulie Malignaggi in bare knuckle FC. Bare knuckle FC had this massive stigma of sort of just being freak fights and being these weird fights that aren't MMA, they're not boxing, what are they? And they're a bit like, grotesque and everything. And now they're kind of looking like, a more normal sanctioned version of fighting compared to a lot of the freak fights we've been subjected to recently.
Good point.
I think it's just funny how the tables have turned with that, because BKFC got a lot of stick at the start for just sort of not being real fighting or not being legitimate, and it's just 10 times more legitimate than a lot of the stuff that has been the main source of MMA media for the last year.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty with all this fucking Logan Paul, fucking Paul brothers shit. It's just, I mean, we got old men fighting, we got people who aren't fighters fighting, basketballers fighting.
I'm glad it's not. I'm glad it's not transitioned to. Well, I think it has, to be honest. I don't like the idea of the really old fighters doing the bare knuckle FC, because it just doesn't seem to sit well with me. You know what I mean? Like, your career's already over. There's no need to go in there for one night and mash up your face when you don't even have another 5 years of, you know, success on the way. You're just mashing your face up for one night of glory and a paycheck. It doesn't seem entirely worth it.
I see that. Yeah.
But at the same time, that goes against, you know, the curve of what's happening. You know what I mean? You got Thiago Alvez coming in there, winning a belt. I mean, he's definitely seen better days. And you've got Hector Lombard going in there winning a belt, and he's definitely seen better days. I do wonder what the drug testing is for these parameters, whether that makes a difference.
Exactly. It's not much drug testing. I think that's their motto. But to be honest with you, though, like, they're fighters that I think would benefit. Like, you know, we always talked about Lombard or Alves, just kind of like, I mean, Alves did well with his kicks earlier on in his career, but I mean, to be honest with you, like, later on, it's just like the kicks didn't help them because other people could kick against them and they were so short. Like,
yeah, 100%. And the looks, everything, like, you know, fighters from 10 years ago are coming with mainly hands and boxing, and then fighters today are coming with a crazy arsenal of kicks, a crazy arsenal of feints. That, yeah, I agree. Limiting his skill set to just the boxing, I think it's easier for some of these new school fighters, which you've got to think gives you a little bit of a impetus for Vitor Belfort versus Oscar De La Hoya. I mean, that's a really weird fight because Belfort is mainly, apart from when he's been on TRT, he's mainly known for his hands, and he does have a massive weight advantage over Oscar. And Oscar's a cokehead who's just been doing a madness for like 5 years, so that fight is a little bit slightly interesting for me, so for no good reason.
I think it's so strange that Oscar De La Hoya has got into that. Like, isn't he a manager for so many fighters? Like, isn't he surely just money man? Like,
what? He is, man, but he's also a salty guy, and he's also just, I think he's like despite having Golden Boy promotions and always being Canelo's trainer, he's always seemed like he really wants the eyes on him, and that he's, you know, he even got asked whether he would be willing to fight Canelo about 2 years ago, and he's Canelo's manager, and he paused for about 40 seconds before saying he wouldn't do it. Like, he was very much considering being like, yeah, I'll fight anyone. Like,
had to contemplate whether or not, how badly will I be fucked up by Canelo? Like, I'm sure in his ego brain as well, he's probably like, yeah, no, I'd win. And then he thought about it a little bit, and he was like, how would the play out?
He said that, man. He said that. He went on a drunk rant recently and was like, stuck in the mud, stiff, no footwork, I'll knock him out easy. He just sent that as a tweet, drunk, and then tweeted it, and then deleted it like 2 hours later.
What the fuck? That's so weird. Oh my day.
Honestly, because Canelo's not with Golden Boy anymore. He's with Eddie Hearn at Showtime.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, fair play. I mean, to be honest with you, like,
he got out.
Styles matchup though, I kind of like it. Obviously, you know, Oscar De La Hoya back in the day, I kind of like it because Oscar had a lot of pressure. He, like, people who did stand there, he would go towards them and like feint them out a little bit, throw a lot of hands, a lot of heat. Like, I can imagine, and he crashes into people, didn't he? Would crash into people, like. Imagine him versus Canelo.
I mean, yeah. We're talking Oscar in his prime. Yeah, Oscar in his prime versus De La Hoya in his prime. That's a very interesting fight. But I mean, these fighters, like Oscar De La Hoya relies on speed. He's not a heavyweight. Like, he does rely on speed. And, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy talk. It's crazy talk the sport. But I think, yeah, Oscar De La Hoya coming back and fighting Vitor Belfort makes a lot of sense. I think we'll know a lot about where Oscar is in his body from this. But at the same time, you know, he should be a massive favourite going into it, and he should be able to beat Vitor Belfort. Vitor Belfort's not got very good boxing angles. He attacks a lot in straight lines because he's very quick. He's very linear. He can definitely throw a good straight punch, and he's definitely fast for his age at going in straight lines, but he doesn't angle his body and move well and do a lot of the stuff that I like to see in a boxing ring in the MMA cage anyway.
Does he move his head very much? Has he? I don't think I've seen him move his head at all in recent fights.
It's a high guard.
Eat a shot, buy one back. Like, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I've not seen him. I've just seen him lose mostly, to be honest with you, in recent times. I don't expect that to change, I'll be honest with you. But on these BKF fights, shall we have a little look at this Thiago Alvez fight?
Yes, let's do that. Get into the 2 fights that we want to see from this weekend.
So, how do you want to do this? Do you want to maybe... Shall we see what it's like if I share the screen and play a video?
Yeah, go for that.
Let's try that.
Also doing a thing where I'm charging my phone right now because it's dying, and it's a very small little extension lock cord. So I'm just sort of going in between the phone. It's very disorganized, guys. That's fun.
We're very well prepared, aren't we? As a team, we're solid.
Trial and error.
Exactly. Right, we'll get this shit sorted.
Yeah, the screen sharing is working. Seems.
Yeah. Is it gonna load? All right. Here we go. Can you hear it?
No, but I quite like that.
Oh, but I want you to hear the man. He's one of the worst men. Let's see if these let me see what I can do.
Oh god.
You can't hear it.
Now go again.
Look. Can't hear anything.
I'm not hearing that, man.
All right. Do you want to try maybe doing
this Urgas guy I've seen before though. This early Diaz guy, sorry. He's got a pretty good record. I think he's like 1-0 in boxing, 11-1 in bare knuckle boxing, or something like that. He's got
this guy.
Record. This guy, no, the guy that Thiago is fighting here.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, you've seen this guy fight before.
Well, yeah. Where do you think you got that missing tooth, man?
True, yeah. First pro bout, mate. Right. Well, how are we doing this? Go on this computer. Oh, here we go. Here we go, mate. Let's see what that's saying. Hold on. You get it?
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
My pay fans as well. MMA royalty.
Wait. Let's just hold on. Keep quiet for this bit. Wait.
Show me your kids.
Oh.
You got.
Oh!
Damn.
You overextended.
Hey, this has got to be the worst quality shit ever, but we'll go for it. Oh my god.
I know, bro. I know.
Loading up early.
Mate, are you seeing what this man's saying?
No, like, sorry, he's really laggy. The video itself, to me, I think is worse than the quality on your end as well. I think so. That's what's happening here.
All right.
I'm seeing split screens. I'm seeing a bit of blood face on a thing. I'm not seeing punches mainly.
Are you not? Okay. Well, I mean, maybe it might be worth like you timing it with mine, and we'll watch it at the same time on your screen.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Sounds right. Well, I'll share it anyway with the audio on this one, or maybe I won't.
This is an absolute calamity. It's not always going to be like this, folks.
It might always be like this, guys. We've seen how one in combat do their things. That's very strange.
What's it called again?
It's called Reaction to Thiago Alvez Comeback Victory over blah, blah, blah.
This guy might be the worst guy ever.
No. Have you had to mute it?
Okay, so yeah, can you mute the one? Can you mute the? Oh, you want me to mute the screen share and then? Do you want me to? Which one do you want me to mute?
It's a good question. Can you mute yourself and then we'll just slink it in there whenever what's it called?
Because I think I'll just mute my YouTube video, mate. Because I don't mind as long as I'm seeing the fight. I don't care about not hearing this guy. But you can just tell me.
I just want you to fast forward to 24 seconds in. And I just want to hear a couple of audio clips that I want you to hear.
Show me your tits bit. I heard that the first time. I was hoping it was something different.
Mate, and he doubles down on it as well, bro. Just go to like around 45 seconds.
Oh mate, this guy, man. Oh man.
Okay, well, mute it now then, and then click a time. What time do you reckon? Do you want to go like from like 55?
Yeah, let's go from 55. Cool.
All right, count us in.
Right, 3, 2. Wait, 1 second. Right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty clean straight there, but I mean it's pretty nice. It seems like they get knocked down really easy in bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like you just know you. I feel like you just know you can't, so you drop a bit earlier as well. Like you know you can't take the concussive blows.
Yeah, I mean Alvez looking thick and juicy here, isn't he though?
Yeah, it's 100% looks in far better condition than usual. Good. Been eating that meat and rice.
The staple, man. Now we get to see this guy's face a little bit.
I just like, it's
pretty intense.
It really just rewards letting your hands go and BKFC, like just pit and pop on your punches and just being able to stay in the pocket and actually let your punches go. Oh man!
If you can do it, certainly fucking helps. But I mean, a lot of people in a lot of other fights, they're like really feinty because they really just don't want to get hit. Look at that guy's face as well, bro. Fucked up, man. That's the side of it.
Yeah.
That's the
if you're loading up, if you're loading up, you're just, oh my god, Thiago Alvez boxing great here. Not boxing great, but you know he's really putting it to him. Wow. I like he's using the underhook, like the clinch, the single collar really well as well. He's punching into it, staying super active.
Bit of body work here and there as well. No, fucked up this guy. Didn't even fucked him up proper good.
Oh man, it's good to see.
Right, I mean, I thought
UFC pretty... vets. I wonder how much. Go on.
I just thought it was fucking dope. Yeah, it's good shit. I liked it. I've seen that shit. I mean, I like Thiago Alvez as well. He kind of deserves that shit. I feel like he got fucked up pretty bad when he was MMA, and you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, he got a Brazilian's road, didn't he? You know what I mean? Like you start well, you're exciting, and then you lose to someone, or you don't get a title shot, and you get the worst fights, 8 consecutive unwinnable fights. It's possible.
That's it. Let's look at it. It's like, why you do this? I
just love fight, man. I love fight.
Yo, be nice to see your face as well. Just when you got a sec.
When you got a sec, nice. I'm back in.
Okay, good shit.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I was pretty gassed about that. Though, Thiago Alvez.
Yeah, I mean that guy looked like he had a bit of size on Thiago as well. Thiago hadn't looked like he'd been taking shots as well as he did early in his career in his later fights, but you know, weathered the storm and got it done. I wonder how much these guys are getting paid for these BKFC main event and title fights? I'd be interested to know.
I mean, I bet the UFC boys are getting paid the most out of anyone, surely.
Well, the UFC champs, yeah. But I wonder how much Thiago Alvez is making comparative, like in his championship fight here. I wonder how much he made in comparison to his best night in the UFC, considering he's never been a champion.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. Like, let me have a look at his record, see whose best fight was against. But I can't imagine they paid a Brazilian very well, and you know, I can't imagine that. Like, you know, he's got sponsors now and shit. He'll have sponsors. He's fighting the main
Yeah,
event.
100%.
Like, if I was to guess, I'd guess that he's getting paid more here.
Yeah, like you said, your UFC gets you the clout, not necessarily the money, and you can't even do anything with said clout because you're not allowed sponsors.
Exactly. Oh man, it's very strange. They don't even put the what's it called? They don't even put his BKFC record on Sharedog or anything. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's strange.
But yeah, mate, his last loss, and this is going to be a nice segue, was against Tim Means. That's his last fight in the UFC.
That is a lovely segue. It's a lovely segue.
All right. Oh, he fought GSP, bro. Of course, he fought GSP.
Are we gonna? Oh yeah, no, I've seen that fight.
No.
Have you? Are we gonna quickly touch on Hector Lombard as well?
Yeah, I was struggling to find his fight.
Doing it for the old boys, doing it for the Cube boys.
Yeah, let's just give these boys a little picture of who Hector Lombard is, real quick. We'll share the screen. Show them this absolute cube. So he's a bit of a bastard. He's fucking thick as hell. Loves to punch after the bell. That's like his thing. And he's like, no, just throwing a combo. Like throwing 4 pieces after the bell. It's like, no, it was all in combination, bro. I was gonna throw it either way. Nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
He's a professional guy. And he also has, like, you know, notoriously quite a horrible gas tank. He'll stay on his corner. He'll throw some water over himself. You know, a lot of the Yoel Romero tricks, the Yoel Romero body type, but just a very small man.
Yeah. Very small man. Very thick though. Unbelievably thick. Like,
unbelievably thick. I mean, look at that fight. I mean, the Hector Lombard versus Dan Henderson. That's not right. That.
See, I would quite like to. I saw that. I didn't realize it was an actual fight, but I'd quite like to watch that shit. I mean, 2 very short men shorting it out. You know.
Yeah, I mean, look at that head kick. Look at that head kick that Dan Henderson lands right there.
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody that Dan Henderson can get his leg up that high. That's not normal. Like, that's not a normal fight.
It really does take a man that's built the way that Hector Lombard is for that weight division, for someone to get caught with a head kick by Dan Henderson.
Yeah, I mean, look at these hips. Henderson doesn't have any hips, so like, you know, he's having to curl his whole body up to do that shit. It's not natural. I mean, does that look like a pretty kick to you?
I'm pretty sure he was like a cement block in a previous life.
Yeah, I think he was in this life. He was a cement block, and someone just like wore him down. They're like, "You'd be a good fighter." Yeah, so we've got a couple of cubes fighting.
He's serious. Yeah. Dan Henderson, I think, is one of the more underrated fighters in MMA history for the fact that he was double champ in Pride at light heavyweight and middleweight, and he's the first guy to knock out Fedor, and he had a UFC belt as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's pretty nutty how he managed to do all that work with literally just one weapon.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, early in his career, he was a wrestler, but he really, you know, fell in love with his right hand and still found loads of success, which is crazy.
But was that literally what did he wrestle a lot? Did he literally just go around wrestling people?
Yeah. He would take people down early in his career. He would double leg people.
He's got quite a lot of decisions earlier on in the career, isn't he? Look at this shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he used to wrestle a lot earlier in his career.
Man, he's got a lot of fights as well. How many fights has he got? 32, 15. It's pretty goated. Bit sad record here once the roid police came in.
TRT police, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at these matchups though. They are horrible. I mean, Dan Henderson should have been a career middleweight for his size. He's like a Frankie Edgar fighting up. He's fighting guys like Gegard Mousasi, Daniel Cormier, Rashad Evans, Vitor Belfort, Lyoto Machida. They're all naturally bigger guys.
No doubt. I mean, but I don't know any of these boys. Wow, I didn't know who fought Jackson. Oh shit! I bet that's an absolute killer. Bandley. I bet that's disgusting, right?
That is two Neanderthals just going at it, man.
Oh, he's had two Vitor fights. I didn't know that. Vitor and Vitor. Yeah, so I mean, he's had yeah, it's a bit of a spotted record, surprisingly. Where did he
Yeah,
win the belt?
it's a spotted record, but with just immaculate success. Like he's always shown up for the big fights, and especially like to be middleweight and light heavyweight champion at Pride at a time when there wasn't double champions. He was like the only double champion there. I think Pride was legit.
Did he have them at the same time? Did he the belts?
Yeah.
Wow, that is very impressive. To be fair, very impressive. Is it so Fedor he beat for the belt?
I believe. I mean, we could do a run through at some point and watch some of Dan Henderson's lead up fights. I'd be definitely up for that.
I'm game for that shit. Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so but Tim Means.
Right, yeah, let's go Tim Means. I don't think we're going to find the Hector Lombard fight, but apparently it's a really weird stoppage, which doesn't surprise me at all. That's pretty much the way Lombard likes to do things. It's very strange. But now
I do think again you got to think like I think there is something to the fact that it's very hard as a short guy in the modern age unless you've got legit like really good grappling skills. It's very hard as a short fighter to have a lot of success striking in MMA, and I feel like Thiago Alvez and Hector Lombard have got the right sort of body frames to transition to BKFC because they're finding less success with more variety in MMA.
Exactly. When they don't have to deal with the kicks, like, do we mention it now or do we mention it earlier on? We're like, when they don't have to deal with kicks, they can just like actually get that distance closer and shit like that. Because otherwise, it's just so easy to keep them at range. They got to worry about loads of other shit. Whereas I think now they can just slip on the inside and do that shit. Like anyone throwing a jab at them, they can slip straight it quite easily. There's a lot of slip straighting going on in BKFC, which I quite like to see. To be honest with you, I'm a big fan of the slip straight.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. You get a lot of people just taking like 30% off their punches and just popping their punches. You get a lot of like nice fundamental boxing techniques. People are very worried about getting hit at times. Like sometimes it turns into a brawl, but then like you're saying, like these times on the outside where people are really just trying to touch each other and not get hit, it's nice. You see a lot of like sharp jabs and slip straights and clean punching. I do enjoy some of the BKFC fights.
Same for me. It's like how fucked up their faces get. That does turn me off a little bit. I'm just like, this is a mess. But maybe if I was watching it live, like I'd be kind of gassed about it. Who knows? But I do think that what's it called? I was just thinking about then, like, how do you think it would go if a BKFC guy transitioned to UFC or like MMA?
I mean, I think if they were just doing BKFC, I think they would struggle a lot. But if they already had a grappling background and they'd gone from BKFC to UFC, I think it would help because they're spending like in terms of like BKFC is basically just like MMA boxing, isn't it? Because like small gloves, you're allowed a single collar. So I think they would be more astute in the boxing because they're practicing it day in day out with the smaller gloves. I mean, they'd have a lot of success in the boxing, but I think obviously they would get a lot of the same problems, isn't it? Getting overwhelmed with distance work and people not engaging, throwing kicks from the outside and wrestling.
Yeah, I see that. I can just imagine like a lot of people like capitalizing on sloppy jabs and shit like that. BKFC guys having that like instinct to slip shit and their readiness to be for the brawl. I think the savagery in BKFC is probably translate pretty well to UFC.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, kicks would be a problem. Takedowns as well. Not great for them. But yeah, let's have a look at.
I've got Means Dalby up.
Nice. What time do you reckon? 1:28 is good, I think.
Okay.
All right. So let's go 1:29 just to be a little bit awkward. For anybody watching with us, if you want to follow along and watch the fight at the same time as us, head over to 1:29 and on Tim Means versus Dalby on the UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, 1:29.
Nice. All right, you can count us in, bro.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
And your referee in
turn this
charge
down.
of the action is Jason Herzog.
Oh.
If you're keeping track at home, that is a new nickname for Nicholas Dalby, formerly Locomotivo, now Danish Dynamite. They're laughing at me.
Nicholas Dalby had that really, really good fight with Darren Till where he took him the distance and won that 3rd round.
Yeah, that's where Dabby got his thing from. Wait a sec, right? I think I'm worried about we're not being at the same moment. What? Tell me in time frame.
48.
All right, yeah,
47.
yeah. I don't know how we ended up at different spots, but I'm at 50
Oh
now.
God,
51,
okay.
52.
50. Oh, okay, all right.
Should we try again? Let's try again. Hold on.
Let's try again.
All right, okay. Let's go
bear with
from
us, guys.
148. No, wait. Are you looking at 148 on the timeline at the bottom? Yeah.
See. Okay, this is where I think we're in trouble. I'm watching this on BT. You're watching it on Fight Pass, aren't you?
Yeah. All right. Well, let me come over to BT then.
Let me show you my screen.
That's all right. Let me come over to BT. Hold on. Well, tell you what, actually, why don't we do it from the fight time? What's the fight time that you're at now?
I'm at 136 looking at Jason Herzog.
I mean, is it like on the clock at the bottom of the screen? Do you want to just go to 5 minutes or like literally the start of the fight when the fight clock starts? So I'm at 4:54 right now.
Wait, into the fight?
No, that's in the fight timer. You know, the bottom of the screen, how much time is in each round?
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're at 4:54 in the first round. Okay, one sec.
Yeah.
4. Stop. Okay. All right.
All right.
3. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Cool.
Dalby coming out, bouncing around in that karate stance.
Oh man, I forgot how much he eats there. Damn.
God damn, Timmy does that a lot, reaching out for the clinch and getting caught with wide shots, but does eat a shot pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like maybe a little bit of a game plan from Dalby there. Just like as soon as he gets clinched, just smashing the head, trying to smash. Oh, quite tasty. Was that Tim Means going to take down, or was that Dalby falling over?
Tim, I think it was, like Dalby initiating the underhooks, and then Tim Means off balancing him. That was a very nice takedown.
Oh, he's not really working then.
Oh yeah, transitions into side control.
It's clean. Both his arms stuck as well, and he managed to do it. It was all legs. It's the dirty bird, mate. It's just he's a beautiful man to watch. Like he's got slippery head. He does like, a lot of slipping.
Yeah. He's just very technical, isn't he? In almost all aspects of the game.
But like he doesn't mind, he's not technical on the outside either. Like he's technical on the inside. Like he's
Yeah. It's like technical violence. He's like a very technical brawler.
That's the one. And it's good shit. He's a smart fighter, very smart fighter. He's an old dog as well. How many fights has he got? He's got to have like close to 30, 40.
I like that move, just dropping your chest on him to try and get a little bit of disconnection on the body lock.
It's good shit. A little scooting and booting. Oh, here we go, dragging him across the fence. Maybe I missed the start of this round.
I felt like that was Dalby that dragged himself to the centre so he could wall walk there, yeah.
I couldn't tell. I thought it was Means trying to crunch him up against the fence, but maybe, yeah, who knows? It seemed very easy to be able to just drag yourself across the fence like that.
Squirm himself like that. I don't know, it's quite crazy.
Yeah, squirming and worming.
What do you think of this Nicholas Dalby haircut? Did you go for it?
I rate it, but I mean, he does look like a completely different person. Like, what was his haircut before?
Couldn't tell you, mate. I'm not.
You're not a Dalby fan. You're not.
I like Dalby. He's actually very funny on Instagram as well.
Is it?
Yeah, he's a proper meme lord.
I imagine him just being like Dutch and strange, but I've met him.
Oh man, he's got quite a funny sense of humour.
Respect that. Yes, there's not much going on right now. It's a little bit of control.
Yeah. A classic one leg lockdown against the cage scenario ever since Khabib brought that in.
Oh, so I remember. Here we go. So in the commentary, they were talking about how Dalby was doing this really weird heavy breathing. Like
Okay.
he's literally just going like the whole fight. And at this point in the fight, they're kind of like, is he gassed? He must be gassed because he did that bit of striking on the feet and that lot, and then he was breathing really heavy and not being able to get up. But it's very strange. I think Means also thought he was kind of gassed here.
Oof, yeah. I didn't. I watching with no commentary. I didn't get the impression that Dalby was particularly gassed.
No, exactly. Yeah, no. I mean, it'd be surprising. Dalby is a bit of a gas tank machine.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, he's still bouncing around and moving pretty normally. He's just.
Yeah, look at his mouth though. He's like his cheeks puffing out.
Yeah. Maybe he got caught with a shot to the nose. And he's breathing
straight.
out.
Oh, bro, did you see that shit?
Yeah, that was lovely.
Straight to the body, then jab straight to the head. Sexy.
Coming in with a game plan as well, definitely to mitigate trading with Dalby. You know, land quick shots and then get some grappling, get some control. It's a good game plan for Means so far.
Yeah, it's a good way to go because Dalby is explosive and he's got cardio and like he's got power and that lot. And he's just so bouncy, and he like bounce in at any moment.
Nice work. Ooh. Ducks under that elbow as well. Very nice.
The boy's too clean, man. The boy's such a clean one.
Understands elbows so well at distance. Oh, it's a good shot from Dalby. Good defense there. He got low on his hips, but good round for the Dirty Bird. That very good round.
That's it, man. That's it. The bird doing business. I just noticed as well. I think he's got a bird on his arm tattooed. Yeah.
Yes.
I just noticed that.
Any potential for a 10-8 there for you?
I don't know about. I mean, I guess it could be on the new rules. Like Dalby didn't really get anything off. Had that weird little bit, and he did not get knocked down. Maybe I'll give it a 10-8, but I think I'll probably go safe with a 10-9. I wouldn't feel like it was super dominating. About you? You think you give it a 10-8?
No, I agree with you. You know, I mean, I think that, I mean, the knockdown makes it interesting, but the, you know, I think Dalby's posture was Tim Means couldn't get off violent ground and pound on the ground. I think then it would have been his 10-8.
I see that.
The times he controlled him, he was mainly just doing that, controlling him.
Yeah, I get that shit.
But on the feet, it's pretty dominant so far. On the ground, but. Oof.
Oh man, Dalby trying to wrestle back.
Oh man, this is where Dalby
Did you see that uppercut to the body?
Oof, yeah, man, he's sneaking in them body shots, isn't he?
It's proper, just sneaking him in. It's clean, isn't it? It's clean.
Yeah, little knees on the break as well.
Yeah, mate, look at this. He's got double unders on the back against Kent.
That is such a strange talking scenario there, the underhook, overhook there. Oh man, Tim Means, man, using his leverage and looking so strong in this one.
Isn't there? Man, he's a Muay Thai technician. Lovely.
It's also that's the thing though. Like if you're if you have this karate stance like Dalby is, and you're not the fastest, it's just very big telegraph for me.
I see that. Yeah, I see that. I'd like to see more feinting on the footwork, no doubt.
Yeah. Like Tim Means, because he's got his legs just underneath him and he's just popping out straight punches. I feel like it's a lot more linear and a lot less telegraphed than what Dalby's doing a lot of the time. Oh
yeah, God. I mean, because Dalby's also just like he's on the outside, and then whenever he comes in, it's when he's engaging.
Yeah.
Oh man, just Means taking everything he's got, bro. He's throwing knee. Like, do you see that knee, that Stephen knee as Dalby came in?
Oh yeah, 2 elbows there. That's nasty. Man, he's so good at finding damage from those close quarters. So good.
Oh, man, I love that shock as well. Did you see that? Like uppercut to the body and then drag him onto the fence.
Drag him to the side, yeah, turn him around on the cage. Oh,
That's beaut. That's beaut shit. Oh.
straight to the solar flex. Not what you want. If Dalby weren't tired before, he's tired now. God damn, he's taking some punishment to the body.
Yeah, I think that's why Means went for the body so hard as well, because he thought he was kind of getting gassed.
Mm.
You're hearing all
Oh
this
man, the
heavy breathing
full takedown defense has been on point as well today. Dalby's doing a bad job of chain wrestling.
shit. Very bad job.
But
Yeah. I feel like he's not committing. Like he's committing to the first shot, but he's not actually trying to go for the actual shot like second afterwards. If he's not getting it, he's like fine, accepting it.
yeah. Oh, close to that head kick though.
Yeah, that was.
Dalby
clean,
should
wasn't
do a
it?
bit more of that, man. Dalby needs to throw a little bit more of his own kicks. I mean, the rushing forward of left hooks, right hooks in close quarters, giving him a little bit of success, but needs to. Oh,
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, I'd like to see more
can't-
kicks from Dalby. He landed that body kick as well earlier on in the fight.
yeah, because I think it's pretty clear that he can't jab with feet, so he might as well leg kick with the jab of Means.
Yeah, it's very strange as well. Like not kick as a karate like style, because you just like you're blasting in with so much like energy and force that people usually back up.
Yeah, and they're keeping their hands up.
Mm.
Oh man, the body work. Oh, the frame elbow there. God.
That was a double elbow as well. We went right elbow, left elbow.
Oh, that was so nice. So well timed that.
Oh man. He's putting on such a nice show, isn't he?
Yeah, pretty punch perfect performance from Tim Measer as well.
Because I mean, Dalby he's not easy to handle either. Like he's got a lot to throw at you and puts a lot of pressure on.
Dalby's a handful. You know, he's an athlete He's an athlete. He moves well. He is a pretty hard striker, and he's usually got 3-round cardio, and he's pretty well rounded with his grappling. Tim Means is making him, showing him every ounce of his experience in this fight.
No doubt. He's such a vet, and I mean, also Means must be on a win streak now. Definitely on a win streak.
Maybe 2 or 3 fights. Side control. He just hasn't looked like Dalby hasn't looked like he's had anything for Means once he's got him into side control. And he's been able to pass easily every time he's got him down as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of weird. I mean, I think Dalby's usually, I don't know if I remember this correctly, but I think he usually just explodes and gets up more often than not.
Yeah, I think it's the leverage and the strength of Tim Means is like I wouldn't have expected him to outpower Dalby so easily in this fight, and he has done so far with the grappling exchanges, every single one.
It just seems like, to me, it seems like he's a step ahead.
Yeah, 100%. It's a technique thing as well, but I mean, some of the situations, like you said, when he just pushed him off the cage, dragged him, like I don't know, in the clinch, he just looks very, very, very strong in this one. Yeah, it's pretty impeccable game plan so far for him.
Right, yeah.
Knock it out. Nicholas Dalby needs a finish in this third round.
So the Daybird is on a 3-fight winning streak. Most recently lost a submission in 2020 at the beginning against Daniel Rodriguez.
Wow, he fights quite regularly to me still. But
yeah, he's had 1 fight this year, and this is 1 fight this year, and 3 fights last year.
Yeah, it's been pretty hard to get fights this year. So nice body kicks. Oh man, I love the way that he just throws that straight out, no meat on it, just straight down the pipe. Oh,
ooh. Ate that shot though, isn't it? Oh man, he was engaging in the brawl a little bit there, didn't he? Engaging in the brawl.
Definitely.
But he did throw some...
I mean, the first minute of every round has looked a little bit like this though.
Yeah.
Like Dalby comes in, explodes with something good, lands a few punches, and then the fight slows down once it gets into the clinch, and then Tim Means has his way with him. Like he's been able to survive that initial explosion every round, but really that's all Dalby's had for him so far.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty mental tattoo, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I mean, it's like a mixture between a pair of wings and a vagina.
Yeah, a wingina.
Wingina, mate, a furry vagina.
Clip that bit, mate.
Nah, staying in, bro. That's staying in.
I wanted to say it needs to be its own clip.
Oh, right. I see. Dash and Charlie talking about the wingina.
Show me your tits.
Show me your tits. Oh, dude.
God.
Poor guy.
Oh man, Dalby is looking weathered. I mean, this underhook. I feel like it's been really interesting in this fight. I don't think I've seen someone control the hooks with overhooks as well as Thingy has this fight. Like means a lot of the time he's got the underhook here on this side, but a lot of the time he's had the overhooks.
Yeah.
And Dalby's had the underhooks. He still hasn't been able to control them in that scenario.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's got to be a clinch wizard. You know, he's just a Muay Thai, Muay Thai technician or whatever does this fucking thing.
See what Dalby did there, like disconnecting his hands with his knee. I like that.
It's good shit. It's good shit. Like, I feel like it's such a. Whenever someone goes to do that shit, I always imagine like, if I was the person holding the arm, I would let go and elbow them in that moment.
Yeah, or take him down.
Yeah, because they're on one foot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You just pick up that knee and then turn around that way.
Yeah, just pick up that knee, sweep the other leg out. But yeah, again, I feel like Tim Means is actually quite happy in this scenario. He can hear how hard he's breathing.
Yeah, and he's won 2 rounds already. I think he's just like trying to get through this one. I had that early bit of fire.
Adversity.
Like, yeah.
Nice little knee there from Dalby. Needs to do everything he can do to get himself off the cage here. Now he has. Okay.
Oh man, it's ballsy for Means they're going for that step-in knee.
Yeah, definitely. When he was blasting forward and straight there, that was a bit scary. I'd like to see Means take a little step back. Oh, but here he is.
He's dogging it, mate. He's dogging it. He just wants to control Dalby for this wrestler's round. I think it's a smart way to go. I mean, if Dalby can get out in open space, he's just going to fire shots at him. Like,
definitely, and it's been quite a grueling fight for Means as well in terms of how much he's clinch grappled.
Yeah.
I think he's really got the pop now. Just so scary hand fighting against the cage of someone like Means. I mean, like, Dalby's got to be wanting to explode all the time. He's got to be so worried about elbows as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I feel like Dalby doesn't look like he gives that much of a fuck about elbows right now. He's just like, fuck off me.
You're not wrong, but it's a stressful thought, I think, in the back of your head. Like, all right, let's do this. I'm probably going to take an elbow. But let's just do this.
He's a tough gun, though. He's a tough gun.
Yeah.
And I love this dirty work from the Dirty Bird.
Yeah, Dirty Bird, literally. Fucking body work, elbows. Just doing enough here to not get separated.
Yeah, just like shoving his face right in that chest so that.
Oh, the pushes, man.
Oh. Where'd you see that shit? I never understand why people don't do that more. Like, just shock people around. Beaut. That's great shit. Great shit. Man, because who expects to push while you're fighting?
Seriously stressful fight for Dalby.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh god. Oh.
A little check hook as well. Did you see that check hook they're all under? Sexy shit.
Yeah. That was a very that was a very efficient performance by Dirty Bird there. Proper dogman, that elite dogman stuff right there.
Great shit. He just like some. I was just super. When I watched that fight, I was unbelievably gassed about the. We got some horrible. Yeah, we got some nice scratching going on, so we might have to call this soonish. I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
That good, yeah, nice bit of grating. So yeah, I was just gassed about that one with the bodywork by means, just the smartness. Like, oh, such a smart game, that one, I thought.
Yeah, I think Tim Means is a perfect. I really feel like he's like, gatekeeper gets used a lot for fighters that are a little bit further than gatekeeper, like fighters that are like number 6. They've had a couple of title shots, they've lost, and now everyone thinks they're a gatekeeper. I don't really think that's fair, but I feel like, not to be offensive to Tim Means, but I feel like he's definitely like an elite gatekeeper as well. Like if you're unranked and you can get through a guy like Tim Means, especially if you're not an elite wrestler, like that shows a lot about your game, shows a lot about your toughness and your ability to, fight on the inside.
I see that, and I mean, I like Means' little run recently. To be honest with you, I'd quite like to see him move up the rankings, actually fight someone legit. To be honest with you, I mean, that was legit, but like proper legit,
Yeah, I think he's really. I think Tim Means is so good going forward, but I feel like he's got really, and I feel like he's got really good defensive qualities as well. Like he's got really good defensive moves and really good acumen. Knows how to slip under punches. Knows how to frame off. Knows how to grapple up to mitigate damage and things like that. But I feel like it's quite a common path to see his strike defense waning as the fight goes on, and he becomes more offense heavy and can't defend, can't be very evasive as the fight goes on. I mean, that's got him in trouble in a lot of his fights.
I see that, but that's what I mean. Like, I think the recent fights he's played it a lot safer and a lot more like old manny smart work. Do you know what I mean? Like, even the way he smothered Dalby at the end there, like, just good shit. Like, I'd like to see him try and do that shit to other people.
Yeah, 100%. I think he creates a competitive fight for anyone from 15 to top 10. I think he's a competitive, good fight. I don't know if I believe in his upper bound limits to get back into the welterweight top 10 again, how stacked it is, but I would like to see it.
Yeah, man, I think it'd be interesting. I'd quite like to see him versus. I mean, I say this a lot, but I'd quite like to see what he does to Bilal. I think because he's not the kind of guy that's just gonna be able, like, not gonna throw anything. Like, for example, like Bilal kind of does that to a lot of people, makes him worried about throwing. I don't think Means is gonna do that. It means he's gonna try shit. He's gonna try elbows. He's gonna try stepping knees. Like, he's gonna try clinching and moving around and shit. It's a cool fight, I'd say. I like that one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, typically, I fancy. Yeah, it's definitely. I feel like his takedown defense looked really good in this fight as well, which holds some weight going into that fight, because Dalby isn't some sort of phenomenal wrestler, and I wouldn't say he's probably the wrestler of as good a wrestler as Bilal Muhammad, but he's also had pretty decent success with his takedowns in the UFC, and he had pretty much no success in this fight.
Yeah, exactly. So this one, I mean, again, another boy that we always just chuck the names at. Him versus Neil Magny, we kind of dope. Yeah, it's a pretty tough fight. I mean, he's definitely faster than Magny, which is kind of weird. Not super short compared to him.
So my phone's died, so now I'm just chatting through the laptop.
All right. Well, I think with the builders going off and all that other nonsense, and it's like 2:30 or 2:45 or whatever it is. Let's see, what else do we have on the thing? So we were going to talk about, we were going to do the Tank and Lomo fights, but that's not working right now.
Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah. If anybody's made it this far, let's just go through the schedule, what we've got going on afterwards. So I expect all the fans. I'm assuming just John Reed will be here.
John Reed, maybe a Rosen Strike fan out there. There is.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen it, I got a Rosen Strike video that's been out for a while. Let's get jiggy with Biggie. Title was stolen by Pyroxis, but what are you gonna do about that shit? It's just the way it fucking goes.
They hate us because they hate us.
The haters gonna get in our asses, exactly. So yeah, schedule is for these fucking things we're gonna do from now on. Hopefully we're gonna try and stick to it. I think this, since the last video we've had a little bit of fucking stumble, but we're gonna try and get back on that horse.
100%.
We're gonna do fight companions on Saturday, so we're gonna watch the fights with y'all most of the time. Not every time, but most of the time. If it's like a 6 a.m. card and we can't be arsed, then probably not. We're gonna do a Sunday night or Monday post-fight show where we're just gonna discuss what's going on, maybe a little bit of news and all that shit.
I
Yeah.
think one idea that I think might work as well on the 6 a.m. cards is that me and you can just not watch the card at night, and then we can watch the fights together in the morning.
I am well down for that, mate. I would rather have a brain to watch the fights because I'm such a slow man. At 6 a.m. Never gonna get the best Irish out of that.
No doubt.
Uh,
You know how it feels, all you UK fans. We're talking to you, John.
Talk to you, John. Oh my God. Oh, okay. I really hope that my mate.
But yeah, on Wednesday or Thursday, we should give we'll give a detailed breakdown on the card coming up, UFC 264, our picks for fight of the night, any of our sort of betting quips or any sort of interesting storylines that we see coming from the fight, and we'll probably have a little look back at the Tank and Lomachenko fights that we didn't get into today, and just the general state of boxing and what we're excited about fight-wise moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. I think primarily we'll have our eyes on MMA just because I know that's what I know. I don't really follow boxing. I love boxing and I know some of the fighters, but I don't follow it, know what's going on in the card's future. Charlie usually lets me know what's going on, so he'll drop me in on some of that shit and I will get gassed about that shit. So
yeah, exactly.
Sounds good. So just to recap, we got Wednesday or Thursday, we're going to be putting out a pre-fight show. On Saturday or Sunday, we're going to be doing the fight. So either a fight companion or we'll do a post-fight companion where we'll watch together. And then on Sunday or Monday, we're going to do a post-fight show where we talk about the fights and gas bam a little bit.
Nice. And we might, or the post-fight, if we've either we'll either do a post-fight show on the Saturday if the thingy, or we might just do a fight watch through of some of our favorite fighters. And we might give you one of those during the week as well. And if any of you get this and you want to suggest fighters that you want us to watch some of their fights, then feel free to do that. That'd work for us. We'll watch anything.
Yeah, we'll watch anything, mate. We've got far too much time on our hands. And this is what our lives are going to be. This is what we do. So, we didn't choose this life. It chose us.
It's going to be a better, more organized podcast next time, John. And we'll...
John, we hope to see you maybe on the next one. We hope we haven't lost our one fan through this mumbly nonsense, but we'll be cleaning it up.
Definitely, we hope to meet a lot of you guys. Really, the first time we set up a live fight companion, and we hope that we'll get a lot of you guys in there meeting us there for the first time. Then,
exactly. We'll definitely do it on most of the fight night cards that are around our. If it's in the UK time, a reasonable time, we will. Throw show will be there. All right. Yeah.
Every card before 1 o'clock, we'll be on it.
Definitely be on it, mate. I'm gonna be canceling dates with girls. I'm gonna be being drunk,
canceling job offers,
dates, any kind of family occasions. Burn them off. Grandma's dead. Funerals. Fuck that right off.
Come on, Tim Means is on, Gran. Come on.
They know. Well, they're gonna have to get to know where our priorities are at. Punching and kicking and elbowing. Charlie's more of a ground monkey than I am, but yeah, punching and kicking and elbowing is mainly. All right, fuck it out. We'll call it there, boys. We'll call it there.
We'll call it there. All right. This has been MMA Meta Game.
Boys.
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and that way. Let's go. All
right, man.
All right, mate. In a bit.